Hello YouTube, today we're going to be looking at the multi-card reader writer by XTreme Tech. They also made the HDMI 3-port switcher that I reviewed probably right before this video was uploaded or right after, depends on which order I upload them in. It's made by XTreme Tech. It's a multi-card, and my light just died, but I'm going to keep going anyway. It's a multifunctional USB 2.0 card reader by XTreme. Works with SD, SDHC, Micro SD, MS Pro Duo, M2, MMC, and TF. TF cards are pretty rare. Usually the really fancy photographers with the fancy cameras use the TF cards. They're not like so common that everyone uses them. The MS Pro Duo are the Memory Stick Pro Duo. They were used in PSP, PSP Goes, and I think that's it. Oh, the Sony cameras. Old Sony cameras used them. Now they use SD cards. Thank God. They were proprietary for the time period that they were made in, which was 2002 to 2000, and I want to say 13, and then they still make them today, but they're very expensive, usually $30 to $60 unless you buy the off-brand ones. The SD and SDHC is what I primarily bought this for. I no longer have my Memory Stick Pro Duo, so I won't be testing that. I will be testing the USB 2.0. I think that the XTreme Tech is a Menards like off-brand. You know how like Black Web is Walmart brand, and also Great Value's Walmart. So I'm thinking that this is a Menards only brand because I only saw this on Menards.com and nowhere else. You got your other ports, your USB. It did say it supports up to 436 megabytes per second, but I don't believe that. I really don't. And here it is. It's just a flash drive. Plugging it in. It's very wide, so you might have issues if your USBs are close together. This one leaves very little room. I don't know if you can see it between my bottom USB 3.0 and this, and yes, it does work with 3.0. They are backward compatible with slower things. I know I am overexposed, so I'm probably going to try and get this if it'll let me. Yeah, it will. There we go. It's gonna look crappy, but it's better so you can actually see things pop up on the screen. Okay, so let's see. Bring up my computer. All my drives. I do not know if you're supposed to put SD cards in it before you plug it in or after. Keep in mind, I'm probably just going to put an SD card in it before I plug it in, and then plug in my SD card. This is an SDHC Ultra Plus SanDisk 128 gigabyte card. And this does have a light inside of the case, so you can see the XTreme symbol. It is very weird to plug this in. It goes in like this. It doesn't go in all the way, so you do have part of your card hanging out in the open. This is going to be weird, but if it works, you do have to make sure that you don't have USBs on top of this, because it will block off at least another 2 rows. And it did. That was almost instant. Let's see if it can actually play it. And it'll only play at USB 2.0 speeds, which usually aren't that fast. And this camera, luckily, the Sony VG30, I think the maximum recording was 45 megabytes per second or 50, something like that. So it's well under. It shouldn't lag at all in the video, audio, or anything like that. Let's check it out. And I'll probably be shirtless. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't see any lag in the video. That was one of my ASMR videos. So hang on, let me see if I can get it to play through. Okay, now the audio is playing. It lagged for just a second. But that's probably because it was my computer doing that. This right here is a test to see how loud this thing is. Alright, someone's going to say do a skip test. See if you can skip through it really fast. This right here is I need to get a longer clip actually, because it's only 15 seconds. It's not letting me scrub through it. I said a clip test, I mean a scrub test. This one is a 10-minute video. So you do get a little delay, but then again, it's got to find the part on the SD card that the video's on. It's skipping around 5 seconds every time I skip. So you can see how fast I'm going. If you go really, really fast, it's going to do choppy. But if you just do skip, 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 looks great to me. Now doing a video edit of it. We'll see how it handles something like Premiere Pro. They do have subscriptions for $9.99 a month, and sometimes they have specials where it's $5 for 6 months, so $5 a month for 6 months. Be sure to check that out. You want to support these companies. They are creating the software that you use. And we'll see how it loads in a video editor, and it should be pretty much the same way. There we go. Okay, it imported it. It does that every time because it's an MTS file. Now I'm going to make this preview a little bit bigger.
Just like with all track phones, you get pre-installed, you get camera. The camera will ask for your location. It doesn't need that if you're not that. But just like the other track phone, the camera is not as crappy. It is slower. It looks like it may have some form of image stabilizer on it. It is harder to find the settings for it. You do have pre-installed effects. You do have a video camera. Video camera is slightly more responsive. Looks like a solid 20 to 24 frames per second on the camera when you move it around. Recording's not going to look good. It does have a autofocus feature. It does have pre-installed effects. You have black and white. You have horror movie. You have solarized. You have sepia. You have...
That was a 30-second preview. It didn't lag at all. If you will notice, my cursor, as it was playing and reading from the SD card, it still is to this moment. It is doing a little refresh thing, but it didn't affect the video playback at all. So yeah, I would say it's worth it. I was very, very sketchy of it being a no-name brand and XTreme. Like, there's a million companies, Chinese, Asian, American, that call themselves XTreme. And usually their stuff is crap. This has worked the last, as long as this video, the last 6 minutes of this test, it's worked. It hasn't disconnected at all like my P and Y has started doing since the beginning, but it's been doing it more prominently now. So if I do edit from my SD cards in the future, I will definitely be using the XTreme card adapter. And the fact that it has a micro SD card slot, so if you have a tablet or a cell phone, you can just take it out, plug it in there, transfer your stuff, and then put it right back into your phone, right back into your tablet. And it's cheap. It was, almost $4, like $3.94, something like that. It was a great value. Highly recommend it. Menards, I give you a thumbs up.